Hey. Hey.
I knew that was gonna happen.
Taps mic, is this thing on? What's going on, everybody? It is your girl Ray P back for a very timely episode of the We Got Y'all podcast. Of course, I'm not here alone. I am here with my bunker partner. Pun. Shout out to the bunker.
Hey, shout out to the bunker. I didn't even pick that up. Shout out to the bunker. You good. You good at this, Rachel.
My end of the world road dog to the ends of the earth in every universe and every lifetime, parallel or whatever. Kyron Richardson, what's going on, friend?
My dog. First and foremost, I definitely appreciate that. If I had to gather 5 to 7 people, to get into the mail room, the post office, Rachel's definitely gonna be there, no question. And they're gonna ask Rachel, "What do you do?" When they do the introduction, what do you do? I make everyone laugh.
I provide.
I'm the comedic relief.
That's it. Don't look for me.
Because why?
Labor. I'm here for jokes.
Why would you not want comedic relief during this type of time? We gonna laugh. We gotta laugh.
We need it. We gonna laugh.
But I appreciate that, Rachel. Before it's been a while, so real quick, just so we can get the people caught up. How was your birthday?
Oh my God, my birthday was so good, guys. So for all of you returning listeners, first off, thank you for coming back. Thank you for not letting go of this feed. We are here. But I just turned 39 9 days ago at the time of this recording. Shout out to Pisces season. Kyron drove from Cleveland to Toledo to spend my birthday with me and some of my other friends. Shout out to the comrades. I love y'all real big. Deep pause. Yeah. It was a great birthday. It was a great birthday. I didn't anticipate being in Ohio, but I had some personal things that brought me back to the city. And shout out to my dogs, my lifelongs who came and rode down that turnpike to come hang out with me and my parents.
Nah, that's real. That's real. Just to echo that real quick. First and foremost, you already know this, but for all y'all out there, like me and Rachel are real friends. Like in real life, that's my dog. So it was nothing to get on the road to make that trip.
For sure,
easy decision.
For sure.
But the one thing I will say about it is, man, if you were in the room, you just felt that love. It was just a great time. It was one of those times where you enjoy it so much, and then the next day you make sure you text like, "Yo, that was a good time. I'm glad that I got to experience that." Rachel's parents were there, just people who were near and dear that we've known for a very long time. Just all in one room, just having a good time. No issue, no tension. Like everybody just good, and it was just good to be out there and celebrate Rachel. I told her she has that skill of just bringing people together. Like, you know what I mean? Like just getting all people to, like all those. Literally 6 of us who live in Cleveland drove. And not even all together. I drove separately because I had something else to do. But literally drove and didn't even think about it. It wasn't even nothing. It could have easily been like, "Oh, well, I'm tired. I'm doing this." Like, nah, we pulling up on Ray. And we know Ray gonna pull up on us and the whole 9. Yeah. And it worked out because I was supposed to be in North Carolina that week before, but the schedule got tricky. And I really wanted to make sure I took Rachel out for dinner. And sure enough, she got us together for dinner. Shout out to you,
not me.
Shout out to you. Shout out to RP Senior, man.
Shout out to RP. Privilege.
But to echo what Rachel mentioned at the beginning, we really do appreciate y'all for tuning in, staying subscribed. We're here to talk about Paradise Season 2 so far, episodes 1 through 5. And there will be spoilers and explicit content. I'm going to let y'all know right now. In old school, we got y'all fashion. There are 0 notes on this episode. Like Rachel nor myself have anything that we're reading off of. This is all off the dome, off memory. I have episode titles, and that's it. We're just gonna have a genuine conversation like you would back in the day. After you watch the show, you call in your peoples or you see them in person, y'all have a conversation about it. So I do want to make sure we give some credit to Dan Fogelman, who was the creator of Paradise. Sterling K. Brown, I believe that's under his production company as well. And I just want to ask you, we're going to get into it right off the bat, Rachel. Is Paradise the best show on TV right now?
Ooh.
And if not, who's in the running?
See, this is We Got Y'all. And we have been supposed to do a We Got Y'all What's Ray Watching all Q1, and I just have not had the time. But I'm watching a little bit of everything. Is Paradise the best show on TV? It is one of.
Okay.
I'm having a little bit of a time putting in that top spot, but it very well could go in that top
Who's
spot.
in the
Having a
who's
home.
in the contention? Who's in the box? So I like to look at it as if you had a box and you threw these things in there, if you no matter what you pick out, you're gonna be happy.
Yeah.
But there's also that feeling of like that when they say you flip a coin, heads or tails.
Yeah.
Like when it's time to make a decision, whatever you're thinking about when it's in the air, you're thinking, oh, that's what I should get.
Mhm.
So what are the other titles in that box for you that are in contention with Paradise that you watch? And whether they're on actively right now or just recently ended their season, what are you putting in
Okay.
there?
Okay. Honestly, I'm throwing Shrinking from Apple TV in there.
Shrink is really good.
I'm throwing A Night of the Seven Kingdoms in there.
Mm.
And please know I hated episode 1 and
Yeah, you
low-key
did.
episode 2. But the way they shifted my goddamn wig, as someone who has not read the books,
Yeah.
A Night of the Seven Kingdoms has me so hyped for June for season 3 of Return of the Dragon. It's not even funny.
House of the Dragon.
Oh,
You know some Cisco shit.
Now we're about to unleash
No,
the
that's Unleash the Dragon. Yeah. She said Return of the Dragon.
Praxis, is that you?
I'm weak.
I'm fucking weak. But yeah, I'm excited for Return to House of the Dragon just because A Night of the Seven Kingdoms, obviously we won't delve too much into it, but it is juxtaposed after House of the Dragon, but before Game of Thrones. So I'm saying it's great. Ain't no dragons. Dragons is gone by this time.
That's a great point. Yeah.
So it's just Brolic, Targaryen shit, or Sir Duncan the Tall shit, whoever. So shout out to that. A new show that has also piqued my interest. We're only 2 episodes in.
You talking about the Jason Bateman shit?
DTF St. Louis, Jason Bateman on HBO Max. That first episode set me up in my seat.
Can I tell you a funny story real quick?
Yes.
I haven't watched it yet.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Spike Lee. Spike Lee texted me and said, "Are you watching DTF St. Louis?" Now, mind y'all, Spike Lee and myself are avid Tubi watchers. Like, give me a good, bad Tubi movie, and I'm in there. So when he texted me, I'm like, I immediately went to Tubi and said, "Yo, I don't see it. Like, is it on? Where's it at?" He was like, "Nigga, that's a Jason Bateman show on HBO." I'm like, "Oh, that's a real show.
It's a real show."
He was like, the title does sound like some Tubi shit. I really thought it was like just some Tubi, but I'm interested in watching, and I did see there's 2 episodes in. But you said fuck with it.
It's a Tubi movie. I'm gonna send you.
Okay, I can't wait.
I'm not gonna broadcast it because somebody that I know is in it. But I'm gonna
fair. Yeah, let's do it. Oh shit. Okay. Yep. All right. Bet. Say less. Say less.
Okay.
But DTF St. Louis is it? Like it's got your attention?
2 episodes in, it's got my attention.
Shout out to Jason Bateman, man.
Obviously, Bridgerton is around. I wouldn't really put that in my top. So I think I've listed what's kind of in that top spot right now. Also on Apple TV, Monarch is back. I don't know if you watched Monarch.
That does not look like your wheelhouse. That does not look like your wheelhouse.
It's not my wheelhouse, but it's got my attention.
Okay. It is. It's definitely a draw you win. It didn't.
Sure.
I saw the preview and I saw Kurt Russell, and I'm like,
I love Kurt Russell, who's also on Shrinking.
Yeah. Shout out to Kurt Russell. What was I just about to say?
Last thing he told me, also on Apple TV. Oh.
No, what about The Pit?
Oh my God. How could I forget The Pit? But to be fair and to be honest, season 2 isn't doing it for me like season 1 did. It's still very good TV, but it's not keeping me. It's a lot of shit going on in the hospital.
So I think that might be a perfect segue.
Okay.
Um, my fault. Did you say Kurt Russell was in Shrinking? You mean Harrison Ford?
Kurt Russell's also in Shrinking.
One of the new episodes?
He's the neighbor's husband.
That's not Kurt Russell. Derek? You
White
talking about
Derek?
Derek?
Who is White Derek?
Yo.
Hey.
I'm only weak because I never thought about that, but I see how you got there, but that's not Kurt Russell, my nigga.
Who is that white man? Who is White Derek? Black Derek is Damon Wayans Jr.
Yes, that's David Wayans Jr., man. Hold on, man. I'm looking him up right now. I'm weak as fuck because I'm sitting here thinking, like, I let it slide. I'm saying, like, Kurt Russell, like, is he a guest spot? Because they had Jeff Daniels as Jason Segel's dad.
Yeah.
Ted McGinley is Derek. That's
okay.
White Derek.
I've seen that white man before, though, right?
Revenge of the Nerds. What would you have seen him in? There's nothing that I'm looking at that you would have watched with him in it.
Is him and Kurt Russell cousins?
They could be, man. You never know. You never know. But now I see it. Man. Shout out to that, man. That's funny as fuck. I don't think you know how funny it is. Either way, perfect segue when you talk about you not liking season 2 of The Pitt as much as season 1. Yeah. I don't know if you've seen this anywhere.
Nope.
And we'll talk about how we thought, what our thoughts are of season 2 so far. But I don't know if you've seen it to where there's a little bit of people saying, I don't know how I'm liking season 2 so far. It's good. I want to get back in the bunker. I personally disagree. I love season 2.
Oh, of Paradise.
Yes, of season 2. Yeah, I mean Paradise. I'm sorry.
Loving season 2.
Like people didn't like Graceland because it's Graceland was the opening episode, and I want to applaud the show. You had one great season, and you kind of established the identity, and you took the route of just flipping everything on its head.
For sure.
We're not giving you anything you know about the show. We building up this whole thing, but I think it works because what do I always say, Rachel, when we watching a movie or saying something about, I always say the same thing. I want more. I want a background on this. I want to know a little bit more. I wish I knew this because it'll give me better understanding of why they're doing X, Y, and Z. Well, damn it, we got that understanding. And it actually was a slam dunk, even though a lot of shows or a lot of people probably would have missed it. They probably would have put you right back in the bunker and put up where Sinatra got shot and all this other shit. But the move was what's going on in the outside world. That's what I want to know. We got a preview of it. And I wonder if they took the feedback from episode 7 of season 1, which was the day where we saw everything transpire. I remember that blowing up. And people was like, yo, this is one of the best TV episodes I've seen in a very long time. I wonder if they took that and say, you know what, let's give them more of that. Because Graceland was incredible. And they used an iconic place as like a character in it. So you'd all recognize Grace, because that would be some real shit. Like I got stuck in Graceland for 5 years. That's just random. But either way, I say all that to say, is season 2 as good, better, slightly under season 1 so far?
So to take it back even a step further, I have seen people say that they didn't like the Graceland episode. Only a truly handful full of people are saying that I've seen that they don't enjoy season 2 overall, even if they didn't like the episode 1. I went back while I was in Ohio for the week. I made my dad start Paradise. So I've gone back in and rewatched season 1 while concurrently watching season 2. It's still fucking good to me.
It is. I did too.
I loved Graceland, and too, shout out to Shailene. I think what's her last name? Woodby. She stays pregnant. Shout out to Secret Life of Teenagers. My girl's gonna be bellied out on the show. She loves that process. Very curious as to what's going on in the outside world. We know what the bunker is like. we know that all that glitters is not gold. Yes, it's quote unquote safe, free from mushroom clouds and attackers. So you think.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I needed to know what the hell was happening. The way that they wrapped that up and have then proceeded to weave Xavier into these episodes and simultaneously show us what's happening back at the bunker is some bullshit going on.
Mm-hmm.
The writers
We can
are
talk about it.
continuing to do their thing. And to your point earlier, I am a reader. I need a backstory. I want to
Mm-hmm.
know the history. I want to know how we got here. I want to know what the hell is happening. And they are doing an amazing job of showing us just that.
Agreed.
Can you imagine? Just she looked up on Graceland, looked up that there's however much food for this park theme park, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
There's food galore. I don't know how much is non-perishable, but enough to get me. Now I done figure out how to grow some peppers by the lamp. I
Yeah.
figured out
That's real
some
shit.
things. But can you imagine just sitting essentially in this same spot, in this house, not going more than 5 feet from your front door for 5 years? You can't go to the grocery store. You're eating rats for dinner. Like you
Yeah.
got to get the fuck out. Can you imagine?
No, I couldn't. I couldn't. I don't mind being, holed up, but for 5 years, that's insane.
It
Um,
is.
and to watch the world around you just change, like this,
Mm-hmm.
it's not the same place that I recognize or
Uh-huh.
understand. So I really can't go out for safety. The one person that I do have with me, she can't make it. So now I'm by myself. So I got to grieve that the only companionship that I had and barrier,
Bruh.
and I'm still
And it
stuck in
was
here.
still early in the game when she buried that chick Angel.
Yeah. So it's no, I couldn't imagine it. But I think what the show does incredibly well is the flip flop between present day and flashbacks,
Mm-hmm.
and they give it into you piece by piece.
Mm-hmm.
Because even then, as we see Graceland and how everything unfolds, we still don't learn all of the ins and outs until like we're still learning new stuff, even with episode 5
Yeah.
about what it was really like and uh, how people were living on the day of. It was cool to see the White House. It was cool to see the people in power making these decisions. But what about the regular person who was at work? And
Bruh.
then you get this alert on your phone and boom. So they're
Mhm.
doing a great job of that part. But Annie as a character, here I am thinking that she really gonna do something, but one of the most devastating, shout out to Nate, he said it this way, one of the most devastating death scenes. And I don't know how long. You know what I mean? Like when she got to episode 4, or was it episode
Oh,
4?
Annie dying is one of the most devastating death scenes. Oh.
That was sad. That was sad, man. Yeah, not devastating might be a stretch, but
It is sad,
it was sad, and I think it was unexpected. I
for
think that it
sure.
was
For sure.
somebody that I thought was going to be a major character, especially when you open up the season with her. I thought she was going to kind of play this big role, and this baby and all of that was going to be something. But I'm sure they'll carry the story on. Uh, but even going back, I was sitting here thinking about it, Rachel. I don't think I've been more excited about watching the show. And this goes to your point of rewatching season 1 and it's still
Mhm.
holding up. Like
Yeah.
I wasn't picking any holes. I'm like, yo, this shit's still
Mhm.
good. Like I
Mhm.
thought it might have been gimmicky because sometimes you can watch something for the first time and then go back and like, nah,
Mhm.
that shit still held up. And
It's
season
still
5 is,
really
is doing a great job. And I don't think I've been excited for a season 2 of a show since Your Honor, like
good.
this. Like, you know what I mean? Like
I
especially to
think so.
discuss it. Yeah,
Mhm.
especially to discuss it. Like a lot of times, Rachel and myself, when we're discussing, and that's even like for our absence, some shit is cool to watch, but not necessarily talk about.
For sure.
Um, Paradise is the one show we knew, like, we're gonna talk about this. Like, I don't
Yeah.
know what's going on, but they're gonna cook with it. Um, But yeah, I'm loving season 2 as well. Do you have a as we get into some of the characters? Do you have a favorite episode so far?
I might go 4-5, 4-1-5, 3-2.
Okay. 2 is definitely 5 for me.
Okay.
Um, I'm trying to remember 3. 3 was another day in paradise, but I'm trying to remember what happened. What was the plot line? Let me look this up real quick, just so I can make sure I'm on the same page and not get my episodes mixed up.
Yeah.
But as you do that, or as I do that, excuse me,
Mhm.
let's talk about episode 5, which just came out. This most recent episode.
Right. So for those of us who are all caught up, episode 5, we know now that Xavier is taking Annie's unnamed baby with him
Right.
to find his father, her father. Is Alex? Is that his name? To find Alex
Believe so.
and get also find Terry and get the hell to Colorado. Xavier and unnamed baby make their way to Atlanta to a post office, and a man named Gary basically says, "You must be Xavier." We come to find out that this is where Terry, Xavier's wife, has been. She has been safe, quote unquote, with these people for the last 5 years. We learned that Terry met them by chance in the streets of Atlanta while on the phone with Xavier. As he's on the plane, we saw that heartbreaking call from X's perspective last season, and now we got to see it in episode 5 from Terry's perspective. And here is Terry alone, runs into a child, and shout out to children, because children do be knowing uh somebody is intrinsically good or not. And he clings to Terry. The only reason that the child, young Bean, decides to go with Enos and Gary, who are doomsday preppers essentially, is because of Terry. Gary convinces Terry to roll with Bean. We get on this mail truck. Shout out to Poetic Justice, and get to the post office to safety, where we meet another a motley crew of mechanics, nurses, whatever the hell all these people are doing. Mind you, everybody has lied about what they what they can actually do, what their actual skill set is.
Mm-hmm.
But shout out to what's is her name Janika?
Who?
Um, the stud.
Oh,
Real
yeah,
life.
I believe so. I
I think her
believe
name is
so.
Janika Booth. I think that's her name. If it's correct,
Um,
if I'm wrong. But I love her. I was about to call her
is it? No, it's
Henrietta.
JoJo.
Okay.
Hold on. Is it? I don't know, man. You talking about in the bunker?
Yeah.
Her name's JoJo. Her real name's JoJo.
Okay, it's like Janika.
Okay. Oh, are you talking about in the show? I'm sorry.
No, I'm talking about in real life. Like, what is her real name?
We must be on the same. Anyway, we'll keep going. I must be thinking about somebody else.
Sorry, y'all.
My bad, y'all.
So, I just want to shout out to her because I love her and pretty much everything that she does. Or they, I don't know. Sorry, but we're in this bunker. Everybody has lied about their skill set. Initially, Enos and Gary come up with this plan. We need doctors, nurse, mechanic, whatever else. Everybody has a role. That way, we should be with these 5 stones together, with these powers combined, we'll be
Mm-hmm.
able to survive the apocalypse. And essentially, this is what they've done for the last umpteen years until Terry disappears. And Terry's been taken. This is the story that Gary tells to Xavier. She's been taken from me.
Mm-hmm.
My wife? What
Yeah.
do you mean? And our boy. Fucking excuse me. What boy? We learn, Bean was adopted, quote unquote, by this motley crew of people who was leaving a bad situation, drug addicted parents, passed the fuck out at the
Mm-hmm.
top of the sonic boom, if you could call it that. And Gary spends the entire episode walking Xavier through the steps of Terry's life here in their bunker and how she came to be kidnapped, alleged.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Everybody's gone but Gary. We see the two people, the two young ladies, I don't have their names in front of me. We see them, they moved. We watched them move. They're like, look,
Yeah.
you should come with us, Terry. Terry
Yeah.
said, you know what?
Jackie and Crystal.
Jackie and Crystal. Jackie and Crystal got the fuck up out of there. Maybe 2 years ago.
Yeah.
They started essentially a swap meet. It's hella people in here. Gary, the only one still in this dome. We learn that Enos is dead by the hands of Gary.
Right.
Where the fuck is everybody else that was in that bunker?
He probably turned them over to those people. Well, let's even talk about this because Gary. At what point were you suspicious of Gary in this episode?
Um Honestly, about midway through. Not
Okay,
when
because
we first meet him and
and
we're
get his
walking.
backstory.
Yeah, not
Yeah.
really. But once he tried to kiss Terry, I knew it was going to be funny going forward.
All right, so here's. I know I've said this a couple times about the great things that Paradise does. Not too
Mhm,
many shows can give you these ancillary characters and really build an episode around them, and it be
mhm,
fascinating and intriguing. Right, that's a very hard thing to do. Somebody we've never met before. This would be 13 episodes into this series,
mhm.
and we're just leading the first 20, 25 minutes with them. You get what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like that's incredible writing and incredible structure. They built this character to just be someone that you almost felt sorry for.
Mhm.
Like, obviously, you're socially awkward, you don't have friends. The gaming community where these people play online don't meet each other. They really become friends in a way. And it's
Mhm.
like a whole thing. You can go on YouTube and see people meeting for the first time after like 12 years or whatever the case is, just from the video games.
Mhm.
What's also weird about the gaming community is that's where a lot of these groups are kind of formed,
Mhm.
where you have end of the world groups and oh, we need this, and the plans like this isn't far fetched of
Yeah.
that how it's being like put together. But they made it to the point where he's kind of helpless and unassuming and innocent, and he's a sweet guy, cares about the kid. Your parents are failing you, the world's in it. Let's take you with us. They do the classic.
Yeah.
This is somebody we can trust.
Mhm.
Even when he went to kiss Terry, I'm thinking of him just as he probably's never felt comfortable around a woman enough to express his feelings.
Mhm.
It's the end of the world. Why not shoot your shot? I never took it
Yeah.
as anything. Even when he was the only one there, was just suspicious after the fact. I was sitting there like, okay, then, because remember he put it on Ennis,
Mhm.
and said, he contacted them. They came and took us. We saw what really happened to him.
Yeah.
I realized I fucked up when the character Xavier turned around and said, "You hiding something from me.
Mhm.
It's best you tell me sooner rather than later." Because that's when I realized, like, damn, he is a
Am
little
I
suspicious. But he is a little bit, but I thought it might have been something minor. Like maybe
Mhm.
I'm not fully telling you the full scope of things, whatever. I didn't. Now I'm sitting here after the day after watching it. Was he the mastermind behind all of this? Is Terry even on that? Which I don't believe she's even on that train.
Yeah.
If I'm being all real with you. I have no idea what Terry is, but she ain't on that train.
Mm.
And I love your wife, bruh. First of all, you already got me fucked up right there. I get it. Like I get it, but I can't trust you.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's not your motive isn't clean. It's not pure. I
For
know
sure.
you're not happy to see me.
For sure. For
And
sure.
anytime a nigga start getting familiar, you must be Xavier. Like, nah, bruh.
Okay. Now let me ask you this, not to interrupt you,
Nah, you
but
good.
let me ask you first. When we meet Gary,
Mm-hmm.
he's playing Call of Duty or some variation of that.
Mm-hmm.
But then tells Xavier, guns aren't my thing.
Yeah, I
You
did
sit
notice that
up
in real
and
time.
play games, shooting the shit out of people, ops,
That's a great
all
point.
day long. Somebody put a real gun, okay, candidly, a real gun to your face is different than virtual reality, but it's not your thing. I think
That's
you, I think you know something about some guns. You like them.
one of the main reason people play Call of Duties is because of the weapon and the artillery that they have. Like, so people can recognize guns because just off of sheer playing the game. That's like
Mhm.
me not being able to recognize the difference between a Jordan 11 and a Jordan 12. Like, just I'm in the sneakers enough to where I can just see it. Like, it's just one of those things. I was brought up in that. If you play Call of Duty enough, even if you ain't paying attention, you're gonna start paying attention to what these different guns look like and what they can do.
Exactly. Exactly. But this how I know, Kyron, you also don't be in that underworld. I don't either. I don't either.
I
I don't
don't.
either.
I like it
Let's
above
get
ground.
that clear. But Xavier, who is the top Secret Service agent, he was a pilot before, but somebody who is trained to see beyond what is presented.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody who is trained to pick up on uh body movement and motion and posture and inflection. We don't do that. Our
Mm-hmm.
minds, for the most part, because I be
That's a
knowing.
great point. That's a great point. You do
Our
be knowing.
minds are not programmed that way. You know what I'm saying? You have people who have this high level of discernment, but
You just point at yourself.
I did.
You a trip, man. You a trip.
You have these people with this high level, you know what I'm saying, of sensibilities and be able to be a lie detector, a bullshit detector very easily. But for the most part, especially as we're walking through the story, I don't want to say to an untrained ear, but just on its surface, all the shit Gary is saying sounds good. And I'm looking at this picture, this mural of my wife. Okay, she was happy, she was safe. I got some comfort in that. But also, I'm watching you watch me as we tour this. I'm watching the way you move. I'm watching the listening to the tonal quality of your voice and your inflections change because I'm trained to do that. And I know
Mm-hmm.
that some other shit has happened. I know that some shit is afoot and it did not unfold the exact way that you have told me. And here's the other part to that. We know that Xavier is very trusting.
Mm-hmm.
We know we watched him in episode 2 with those kids be very trusting.
Mm-hmm.
We watched him in episode 4 when he and Annie are walking and they see the people who have eventually helped them. She said,
Yep.
don't speak. I'm speaking anyways. Xavier has been that person since season 1. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
Dare I say unconventional, but definitely goes against the grain of what may or may not be expected because his personality is, yes, I'm a trained killer and I do this and the third, but I also am very friendly. I am trusting. I do see uh, I'm a glass half full. kind of person?
Now all great points
Oh, I see
because
your
it
wheels
made me think. No, because it made me think about season one. There was a
turning.
scene where the doctor and Xavier went to the spot where they had the cheese fries,
Mm-hmm.
and they had the conversation. She had the conversation like, "Does I feel like you scanned this whole place as soon as we got here, or have you been scanning it since we sat down?" And she's talking about like it must be difficult living life like that. That's just how he is. It goes to your point of what you said, like, hey, he is trained to do this, so he's gonna peep and see other things. Um, when you was talking, it made me wonder, knowing that he's that alert and has that discernment, how much of it is A, playing the game to make Gary feel at ease, and B, I don't see this nigga as a threat. You know what I mean? Like I don't I don't I wonder if he's thinking if shit really did hit the fan, I know I can. No different than when he got into that house, he was looking for stuff for Annie, episode 4. The little kid had the gun on him. He's disarmed that nigga so quick.
I can
Like
kill you and I can whoop your ass.
yeah, like, I wonder if he's thinking that about Gary, where I don't even really need to be all the way. I'm more concerned about my wife. I know that I don't trust you, and I know that you're hiding something. But if it came down to it, we can quickly end that. I wonder how much of that is really playing in, or are guys this trained? Can they even turn that off? Like, if you're a threat, you're a threat.
Yeah, I don't think you could turn it off. Oh,
Yeah, because he's doing things. Xavier's doing things in this episode that you wouldn't do if you felt threatened by someone. If you felt
mm-hmm.
like you didn't trust somebody, I'm not letting you walk behind me. I'm not
Yeah.
doing all these certain things. You know, a little small stuff that we've seen countless examples of Xavier not being somebody that's just going to let that slide. I feel like
Mm-hmm.
it's intentional. I
I do
even think
too.
that he believes. I think, if your wife is missing and you've been looking for 5 years, you are a little bit more prone to believe whatever somebody tells you.
Right.
However, there is a small part of me that thinks, yo, you're smarter than this. I think you have a bigger play here, and we
Absolutely.
don't know it.
Absolutely. There's no way for him not to, because you don't lead a bunker on this solo mission on this plane, not knowing what the fuck you're re-entering the world into, what world you're re-entering without a plan, and knowing
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna have to maybe drop some folks, be fake, figure some shit out. He is 100% doing his best to find out as much as he can from Gary, but also ensure that he is disarmed
Yeah,
in
I think that's
regards
what
to
it's got to
that.
be. Because that's got to be a tactic. You have to make him feel. If I was Gary, I would feel at ease knowing I'm bullshit now. Because when people do something that's fucked up,
Yeah.
not everybody else knows that they did it. They
Hmm.
give themselves up by being way too guilty because they feel it's almost like being high. Like you think everybody knows that you high if you go out in public. You literally think everybody's looking at you. Oh shit, they can tell her high. Y'all saw Friday. You
Yeah.
see Craig. Like, damn, that's just how it is. And I wonder if Gary's sitting there, he's doing these things so Gary feels more comfortable and he doesn't
Hmm.
just want to come out and say, even though he gave him the warning, like, I know you hiding something. All I needed was that confirmation. And now you admitted to hiding something, but it's not the full truth. I know
But
you
it's not,
still holding
even
some
this is
shit
not
back.
the full truth. I
And
know
shout out
that
to the
is
show.
mm-hmm.
Exactly. And shout out to the show for confirming that we're not crazy. We saw him shooting this. Like we saw all of this. We saw everything that you told him is bullshit. So once again, Xavier's not wrong, even though you're trying to sell this story of, oh yeah, I was in love with your wife. Okay, I get that. I'm sure a lot of niggas are.
Oh my God. I just had another thought.
What's up?
Is Gary a PDF?
Gary got a lot of stuff going. I ain't gonna put that on him, but
Gary
Gary got
got
a
a
lot of
lot
stuff
of
going
shit
on,
going
man.
on. Here is
Nah,
again, I'm thinking,
I was thinking he was I was thinking he was an incel.
well, for sure. For
Yeah.
sure. That too. It might not be that involuntary, but because we see he tried. He tried to get himself. But
Yeah, fair. But that's end of
here,
the world dystopian shit. That's not everyday life. We saw how he
right,
was in the everyday world.
I'm thinking of Xavier's cerebral mind. And again, we learned that Terry is reading to Bean every night.
Mm-hmm.
If Terry can't do it, who does she entrust to read to this child? It's not Gary.
I gotta. I'm sorry. I gotta ask you this
Mm-hmm.
because I didn't bring this up and I meant to. When we first meet Gary,
Mm-hmm.
Terry was my partner. What were your thoughts when he said that? Where did your brain go? And then he right after he said my best friend, but he
Mm-hmm.
said specific partner.
He was in love with her.
We saw a scene where they
Enos
called when she said
is his
partner. Yeah. Do you think he was alluding to Xavier like partner as in life partner, or do you think it was just like partner in crime? How did
I
you
think
read that when he said it? I thought it was very odd to tell her husband that I'm her partner.
I think both things are true because she told him, I will be your best friend. I'll give you everything that I have. I can't give you that. Okay. So I'm taking what I can get. So now I'm codependent on you and I'm leaning on you and you are allowing me to. And I think in some way, maybe leaning on me because I'm giving you something too. I'm building you this transmitter, even though I definitely think I'm torn on thinking Gary might have broke it and not Enos, even though Enos apologized. But is that the truth? I don't know.
See, yeah, because they painted him as somebody I don't think he was.
For sure. But again, the
So
victor tells the story. Then what does it say? History is remembered by the victor, by whoever tells the story.
yeah,
You know,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
we watched him shoot
Hmm.
Enos. He don't have shit to say. There's nobody
And
to.
because
You can't
I
find
think,
Bean.
yeah, I think it's important to point out that this is all because of Terry. So
Yes.
you are on to something. He shot Ennis because Ennis was making him face reality. Like you
Yeah.
know, she about to be gone, and she's going to find her family, and that's it.
Mhm.
Like whatever idea you thought of this being, no
It ain't.
different than the Graceland episode when he told old Doug, like, we got to go to Colorado. Now's not the time to be catching feelings.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I
Mm-hmm.
see you catching feelings. I've known you since forever. I've known you in the flesh for 5 years, but I've talked to you online for who knows how much longer than that. I know you well enough to know that you really into this woman, and I have eyes. Like we all
Yeah.
see it. Like,
Mm-hmm.
bruh, like you gotta let that shit go, because all you doing is setting yourself up. And he was really being a friend. Like you setting
For
yourself up
sure.
for failure. And he
Yeah.
shot that nigga because of it. Because I'm not trying to hear it. Like I'm
Mm-hmm.
going to be with Terry,
My
which
God.
makes me wonder where is Terry and what's going on with her. Like where
Locked
is
up
she?
in the damn basement somewhere.
I don't. Do you think we find out next episode? I don't think so. I
No.
think we probably get the penultimate of seeing what really happened to Terry. But I have no idea what's even these people that came with the guns.
Mm-hmm.
Who were they? Did they mention they were meeting with Alex or
No.
what's his
No.
name?
I don't know.
They said they were going out west.
They going out west. We don't know that they're meeting up with that band of misfits. They just going out west. But I'm
Yeah.
sure the rumors are circulating now that people are back outside for whatever that looks like. You're
Shout out to
meeting
being back outside.
shout out to being outside. You're meeting travelers, you're hearing stories. And so if we believe, you hear so many times, there is somewhere out west, there is somewhere in Colorado. Y'all don't know what part of Colorado these niggas is in.
It's really like the gold rush almost. Like you
Yeah,
really just going
we
off of
just going.
vibes.
We just going to see.
Hmm.
Here we
I don't
are.
know, man.
Oh no.
It's I don't know how this is going to plan out, but I do think that Xavier's got something up his sleeve.
For sure. He has
He's
to.
going to be a couple steps ahead because we saw how quickly, Gary's telling him there's 5 people, and
Mm-hmm.
Xavier quickly saw there's 16. You got 10 right here. You got a
Mm-hmm.
couple more over there. He just analyzing and break down scenarios way too well. You don't become the president's top Secret Service agent by not doing that. So whatever it is it's great writing because I think they're setting it up. I don't. It might almost fuck me up if he didn't fall for it, unless you really heavily rolled into the angle of I'm emotional about my wife. But even people like that, even when you watch a movie like Taken,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's your daughter and she got snatched up and you have no information, but I'm trusting my skill set. I'm trusting what I've done every single day with the utmost precision that I can separate emotions and how to get this done. And I think Xavier's going to be on the same type of time. So,
Yeah.
um,
And here's the other part to that. And I want to shout Terry out for as close, quote unquote, as we've been. I told you I'm a mycologist, studying mushrooms, if
mhm.
that's what it's called, whatever she is, she be studying the mushrooms. Okay, we able to grow food, we able to do this and the third. We can create penicillin from these mushrooms, from bacteria. If you know, getting a science bag, penicillin is
Mhm.
essentially just fungus. Um, she says she's looking for her family. Essentially, I'm going to Colorado. She's not disclosed who Xavier is and what he does.
True. To our knowledge.
To our knowledge, I don't believe she has.
Well, let
If
me
she
ask you
let
this.
Harry in on that, he's playing dumb as fuck too. I don't
Given,
think she's I think she kept that to the chest because yes, I'm your friend. Yes, I we keeping each other alive and safe, but also
I,
maybe y'all having this information is dangerous for me.
I would normally be with you, Rachel, but
Mhm,
5 years is a long time. I just see it happening. I see one of those nights where they just giving the story, like, tell me your story. Like, we got
mhm.
nothing but time. And I'm sure she talked about her kids and Xavier a lot.
He was in the Air Force. Okay.
That
Not
is
this
fascinating
person.
because I would say I'm pretty sure that there's some kind of code. If your husband's like a spy or an agent, that's not something you just disclose to people.
Exactly.
That is a good point as
Exactly.
I'm thinking about it in real time. If you an
Mhm,
officer or whatever, that's one thing, fireman, or maybe y'all work for the CIA, but he pushed
mhm.
papers or whatever the case is. But
You
you
don't tell
literally, yeah, because it's almost a threat to you and
exactly
your family. You become a target. So
what I'm
damn, all right.
saying.
I
That's
was
who.
talking myself out of it and I just talked myself right back into it. Okay.
And I'm also creating tension in this house because in this bunker, I'm not supposed to be with y'all. I'm supposed to be in safety with the important people, not down here with y'all asses. And
True.
now I wasn't even supposed to be here. I'm an extra mouth and safety is waiting on me. No, get the fuck out of here. She ain't tell them people that. She
Nah,
ain't tell them people that.
not at all.
Mm,
That's a fair point. That's a very fair point. Um, there was something that happened in season or episode 4
mhm,
that I wanted to talk about, and it was just more. I'm trying to remember the details of the conversation, and it was where the woman who was helping. I don't know if she was a doula or
mhm,
midwife, whatever it was. Um, they helped bury Annie after
mhm.
everything, and she had just kind of talked about. It seems like yesterday she was under the bleachers in high school trying to get laid with her boyfriend,
Mhm,
and now she's looking at her grandson with the same eyes. It was something about the way she phrased it, like these same eyes, just
mhm.
how quickly things go and what you've seen. And I think one of the most fascinating things or the biggest drivers of this show is reminding you that these people just went through something traumatic. It's almost
For
like you
sure.
can't even,
Fathom.
almost like, like COVID was like the COVID shutdown was a real thing,
Mhm.
and it's been 6 years. Like 6 years ago, we were on lockdown or coming up to it.
Yeah.
Um,
Crazy.
and it feels like yesterday, but it feels so far away.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And I'm sure that's how it feels for them. Like this is not normal, but we make the most of our new normal. And it kind of shows the perseverance of what you've seen throughout your life. there was recently a meme going on where somebody listed out all the things us millennials have lived through before the age
My
of 40.
God, today. Mm,
And you sit there and you're like, yo, that really was thing, but you find a way to kind of just keep going. Now, is that healthy? You know, that's a whole nother conversation. But you kind of learn to cope with it. And I just thought it was very, I like that how they keep things grounded,
mhm.
where for 8 episodes in season one, we really thought that this world was over. We thought it was
Yeah,
cooked. We spent all our time in the bunker until we didn't.
yeah.
And now we're seeing, okay, the world can be, I don't know, maybe I'm looking into like the message of it as far as just keep going. Because I like the heaviness of life sometimes is just a lot. Uh, and you
Mm,
just kind of find a way.
for sure. What is happening in the real world for me is very reminiscent of Book of Eli.
Shit. Yeah. It's a good point.
People survive the end, and they find a way to manage. You got bandits and robbers and vagabonds coming through to take what they can because everybody's trying to survive, and it literally is like Darwinism.
Yeah.
When we got
That's a great reference. That's a
look
great
out.
pool.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great pool.
Thank you.
Um, yeah, I don't know. It's just I don't know, it's just fascinating when you think of life and just how it works.
Mm-hmm.
And her realization, I can't believe, I look at him sometimes, I can't believe I'm his grandma. Like, because that's
Yeah.
how it is sometimes. We just talked about your birthday. My
Mm-hmm.
birthday is like 6 weeks prior to yours, 5 weeks prior to yours. And you just looking back on this group we were with on your birthday of people I met when I was 18 years old. And you just look
Crazy.
like, I can't believe like that was, I was 18 when we were doing all this goofy shit. I
Everybody
don't
in
know.
that room, I have at least 20 years with. Every single person there. At
Yeah.
20 is the least
And
amount of
that's going through different phases of life too. That's the thing
people.
too, where
Mhm.
I kind of just talked about it, where different things happen, but different variations of our own selves throughout
Yeah,
those 20 years, and you
yeah.
still find a way to get on the other side. I don't know, it's just very fascinating with me. I want to talk about, we talked about Graceland and what was going on there, and just I can't say it enough. I love the fact that they used a real place. Like
Yeah.
any place would have been, obviously Graceland. He has or I forget what the meaning was, but any place somebody would have recognized. I just
Mhm.
love the fact that they did that. But let's talk about a little bit inside the bunker. I
Okay.
remember I mentioned about episode 3. I couldn't remember what it was. That was a bunker episode. I think
Mhm.
because we haven't really been there a lot, it kind of slipped my mind. But we see Sinatra after being shot, and we'll talk about Jane as we get towards the end of this episode.
Jane crazy.
Next week's episode is titled Jane.
Mhm.
So I'm sure we get some more information similar to, like I said, these solo episodes where you kind of get more information. The Billy Pace one was really good in season 1.
For sure.
And I love the fact that Billy's back in a sense. Even though it's flashbacks, we still get some more of his character because I thought he was really good. We know that Doctor is now bugging Sinatra.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? She wants to try to get the inside scoop to make sure she's on offense and not defense. Um, Sinatra doesn't think she's, a monster or anything of that nature. She thinks she's a victim. But we also know Xavier's been pinned for all of this.
Mhm.
Jane's been promoted. She's kissing ass to the president. And she is out here just trying to make chess moves. One of the major things that happened in this episode is Jane decides to take out the president. She gets on his own detail. He doesn't want people going with him for a jog. She ends up slitting his throat.
Crazy.
And as is it Agent Robinson?
Mhm.
As Agent Robinson is putting two and two together, she's rushing there. Jane chokes her out and blames her for this, because she went rogue with Xavier, puts the
Mhm.
X on the president. Now I'm sure she's getting blamed. We haven't revisited anything since that time, so I'm sure we'll get into it next episode. But what are your thoughts on Jane and how she's kind of manipulating everything that's going on? Almost like she's pulling the strings.
Jane is pulling the strings. Sinatra thought she was, but it's really fucking Jane. And this is why You cannot give people too much power. Um,
Mhm.
let's rewind. So we've talked about Xavier being back in the real world. Presley and James are with Agent Robinson.
Yeah.
She is caring for these children while he is out in search of his wife, while he is out in search of the truth. I'm sure in this time frame, they together are understanding that everything is not clean in the water when it comes to Jane. We know it's fuck Sinatra. We know that.
Yeah.
I was disappointed in Robinson because she was Xavier's boss. You were the HNIC in regards to the Secret Service. Where
Hmm.
again, the high level of discernment. I understand emotions are high and I understand wanting to make your case, but she to me was moving so sloppily in her pursuit of figuring out what was going on with Jane. Why would you get on unless it was intentional, which I don't know cuz now you choked out. Why would you get on that why would you get on the Secret Service mic and allude to some shit with Jane? Unless it was intentional, I don't understand her thinking because if you are building your own case, the key to that is what? Discretion and keeping it low. So, why are you in front of an audience essentially alluding to some shit being wrong or something not being clean in the water? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
it was such a misstep for me. I'm finding it, I'm almost I'm hoping that it was intentional because otherwise, where's your damn mind? It's in that bad shape. Who's going to take care of these children now that you've been pinned for the murder of the president?
Nah, that's a great point. I didn't really think about that, so now it's running my brain right now. Um, she's down there by herself.
Correct.
I'm trying to get a gauge, and like I said, we haven't spent a lot of time in the bunker. That might be the only episode she's been in this season, or the real like Robinson. Yeah, because Mayday was outside.
Hmm.
Yeah, so I don't know where her emotional state is.
And she missing her
You
man.
would, yeah, I was gonna say that she's dealing with that. I don't know. It is a misstep. Maybe you can chalk it up to the emotions. It's similar to what I said about Xavier, where
Mhm.
um, maybe he can bypass what the red flags he's getting from Gary because of the emotion of wanting to find his wife. But I also mentioned how you're just not built like that. You're not trained that way. Like you can separate the two. You're a different individual, and I think that's the
Mhm.
one thing that for people like us, even with high self awareness and all of that, it's different. It's like trying to play, hoop with Jordan or LeBron. Like it's just different. Like it's not going
Yeah.
to work the same. Um, I would like to say Robinson's in that same vein. Like you said, she was running the secret. You don't turn that stuff just doesn't turn off. Going
Right.
back to that scene I said earlier, when
Hmm.
Xavier sat in that restaurant, Doc immediately saw like, oh, you can't turn this shit off. Like you
Yeah.
were scanning the exits, and that nigga
Hmm.
said, no, I already scanned the exits. I'm looking at this stuff now. Like
Yeah.
I'm already 10 steps ahead. Once again, I said it earlier. We looked at him checking out the scene of that train.
Hmm.
Like I can peep where all of the dangers and all the threats are. That's just what I do. I've been doing
Yeah.
it the same way I breathe air. She's got to be the same way. You're not a bunker head
Hmm.
of service. You was doing that. We saw you leading the way on the day of the events.
Yeah.
We saw you barking out orders when people got to the bunker.
Hmm.
You can't be that. And if you know Jane is dangerous, that's even more of a reason to keep it to the
That's
vest.
that's what
To the
I'm
yeah,
saying.
like so.
It
Now
has
I'm thinking
to
it has to
happen.
be intentional.
It has to. But then what do you, and candidly, there are what, 3 more episodes?
Yeah, it's 3 more episodes. We got 6, 7, and 8. We'll be finished by the end of the month.
Candidly, anything could shake in these last three, you know? Did you need to be able to access the White House in a way that you haven't been now that you're a prisoner? You're going to be imprisoned essentially. I don't know. I just don't know what her thinking was. And further, now you've put yourself in harm's way because who was going to keep these children? Are they now going to be locked away because Xavier's gone? There's nobody to. You were the babysitter. You're going to leave these kids with Jane? Billy's dead.
Mm-hmm. Maybe
You
that
gonna put
neighbor
these
across the
kids
street.
in not just care?
Yeah, there's got to be somewhere that they can go. And Jeremy's locked up, so he can't even say come to the crib. The only other
What?
person we've seen the kids with in that way is the neighbor with the dog.
That's it. She ain't keeping them kids. He ain't.
No, and he already done risked his shit by changing the sky. So they
Mm-hmm.
might already be on to me. They're gonna come snatch all of us up out of here.
Right. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what Robinson is doing. It pissed me off actually. I don't
See,
know.
I wonder if Presley gets involved in this sense because obviously when Robinson doesn't come on, we saw once again. We'll flash back to season 1
Mm-hmm.
when Xavier is getting a little frisky with Doc. He stays there overnight. Talked about how they have a system,
My God.
but the one thing that we noticed was Presley was the one that was on it. Presley was the one like,
Mm-hmm.
yo, I thought we had a system. Like, if you're not going to be home, just say something. She's very aware when
Right.
things aren't right. So she's going to
Mm-hmm.
notice Robinson ain't back. And I know she's going to go tell her Robinson killed the president. And she's immediately going to say, that makes zero sense. And I know it's
Yep.
funny shit going on because me and Jeremy, who knows what her and Jeremy been talking about in them notes that they've been passing back and forth.
Okay. Because Jeremy is starting a revolution.
Jeremy's definitely starting a revolution. He out here with it. And I don't see Presley. Now I do see Presley keeping it quiet
Mm-hmm.
and trying to put the pieces together to figure out what's what. But once again, who's down there that they can trust? Nobody. They're gonna team up with Sinatra. Sinatra fucked up out here too. I could see Jane being the one to try to show her face as a friend, no different than what she did in season 1 when she
Mm-hmm.
had Presley kind of hemmed up.
Yeah.
But that's why I'm so fascinated with this. I keep saying fascinated. That's why I'm so intrigued because I have no idea. This show can go 7 different directions.
For sure.
And
For sure.
usually I pride myself on being able to see the angle,
Mm-hmm.
like Xavier. Now I can't. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what's real, what's not real. I don't believe anything at this point.
You can't.
And I know we haven't even gotten this season, or season 1 is a pure example of why I love penultimate episodes.
Mm-hmm.
Penultimate episode of season 1 was The Day.
Yeah.
Incredible episode.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're gonna top it this year.
I think so too.
What they're doing and what they're building is incredible so far.
Yeah.
And once again, since I have more questions than answers, you're really probably gonna do some shit that I didn't even think about.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I'm most looking forward to. We also, real quick, I want to talk about, we're seeing little hints of Sinatra and what her big reveal is. They talked about it a little bit, I think at the beginning of this season, but we also saw it when she was holding the first baby born down in the bunker.
Mm-hmm.
And she told the baby a secret. You know, one day you're going to be able to see the moon and the stars and all that kind of real stuff. So that lets me know that she has some kind of plan, or this bunker was never about just this group of people. Like, she was obviously aware that there was life out there, but I wonder what plan she has in motion. But also in a flashback with Billy in episode 3, we kind of see her wanting to build this place, but needing this guy to sign over his company. And he's not going to do it. Billy goes to the bar, gets a drink with him.
Yeah.
Talking through it, yada, yada, yada. We even see the meat of Sinatra and Billy. So we get a little bit of Sinatra where when she says she's not a monster, you can kind of see a scene where she's not, but we also see it to where she cares about humans, but immediately asks, "What do I need to do in case this needs to happen?" And Billy even called her out on it, like, "Damn, like 1 minute your hands are shaking, next minute you were cold blooded. Like, what's going on? Who are you?" Maybe that's just the complexity of her, and you kind of ease into your villain role as you get more into it. But either way, um, we see that she needs this company signed over to her badly.
Mm-hmm.
She sends Billy to do it. I forget the doctor's name or the scientist's name. He signs with an address. Billy thinks he's signing his name, but it's really an address, and he dips
Yeah.
up out of there. Obviously, it was a bat signal. Meet me here. Billy
Mm-hmm.
pulls up. The guy knew what his fate was,
Yeah.
which I knew as well watching. I think viewers knew. I don't. Somebody threatens your life. I tend to believe him.
Mm-hmm.
But it also didn't seem like this guy was running from anything. I think he had principles and morals, and that's exactly why he never did sign the paperwork. He
Mm-hmm.
explained exactly what was going on. He explained this young man who was like a son to him, and we find out that it's actually we could be calling him Alex. His name was Link.
Link.
Yes, Link. I don't. Yeah, Alex. I think was the dude's wife that I'm talking about. This doctor. I think that's his wife. Because remember they said they had to go to the bunker to kill Alex. And I'm wondering now that we said that, I wonder if Alex is still alive, and that's the reason they were able to build this place. Because if he's dead,
Mm-hmm.
maybe she's now the owner, CEO, whatever, and she obviously doesn't have any kind of rights. So maybe her power of attorney somehow got to Sinatra. I don't know. I just put that together. But I'm wondering if, because her name was Alex, I remember that for sure.
Mm-hmm.
They said they need to kill her. We saw Link see Billy with the gun in hand and tell him not to go in there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the play is, but somehow Alex being out of here is going to maybe relinquish Sinatra of some kind of power. I don't know. Once again, I have no idea. I just know that there's a lot of stuff going on here that we haven't gotten answers to. But just a little bit more background and information on how this bunker came to be and how much technology it was, and actually the fact that Link has a motive now. It's not just we survived and we heard about this bunker. I'm going to the bunker because it's real, and I got some business here as well.
Yeah, for
and we
sure.
actually do see Link with the signs, knock, knock. Like, I'm asking you nicely right now.
Yeah.
Like, we here. What's up? So it's a lot of shit about to pop off.
3 more episodes.
3 more episodes. Rachel, you have anything else while we're here?
I don't. I'm excited to see what these last 3 entail. I've got to know where Terry is, because I do believe Terry to still be alive.
Yeah, same.
I do think Xavier is going to kill Gary. We talked very briefly about Jane being a puppet master. I know the next week's episode is Jane.
It made me think of About Last Night. My bad.
Man.
The puppet master.
I'm
Jane. Yeah, Jane. We get a lot more Jane. I'm actually, I don't know what to feel about Jane. As far as like my interest in her, like she's evil.
Mm-hmm.
She's not as good as a villain as Sinatra, but she's a more ruthless villain than Sinatra.
For sure.
I think this episode coming up is going to really, similar to how they did the Billy episode when we got to find out how Billy became, like he shot his dad, beating up people in jail, killing machine. How did Jane become to be this way? It's so subtle about it.
I don't know.
Let me ask you real quick.
In a Black Widow. What's up?
Let me ask you. She could be.
Mm-hmm.
When Jane killed Billy last season, were you expecting that, or was it a surprise to you?
It was a surprise. I was not expecting it at all.
Okay, got you. Me neither. Well, I wasn't either. I didn't see that coming at all, and that's when I really kind of got intrigued with who is this woman, and the fact that they're waiting this long, 3 episodes before the end of the season, the second season, to give us any information on who Jane is. That's why I got a feeling it might be one of them ones.
Yeah, Jane cold-blooded. She cold-blooded.
So I got to know more about her. But go ahead. You were saying some other stuff too.
No, that was it. I'm very intrigued to see what the rest of this season brings. Shout out to the writers. Shout out to the actors. It's a long way from Emmy season, but something got to get something. Paradise is too good for it
Yeah,
not to be. I believe it's already been renewed for third season.
I believe I heard the third season will be the final season.
Oh, really?
I think they might be wrapping up the story.
Okay, because I
If we
mean, how
do
much
it
story
quick,
can you tell? But fine.
yeah. It's expected to begin filming in late March, so at the end of this month.
Okay.
Um, while not officially renewed, the final season is already in development with 4 episodes broken. So maybe another season past. No, he had a 3 season trilogy. That was his plan
Okay.
going into it. So
Okay.
yes, the third season, and it makes sense. That's why we're spending so much time here, and then
Mm-hmm.
obviously the epic finale. So I like it.
Yeah.
I've said this plenty of times. Great shows know when to end. Get
Mm-hmm.
in, tell your story, and get out. Don't become popular and then try to drag shit on. That's how you mess up your legacy.
For
So I
sure.
like the fact that they had an idea. They're going to stick to it, even though we're going to miss it. But I'd rather have 24 episodes of straight heat
Mm-hmm.
than a 48 episode series where only 30 of them are really memorable. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So shout out to them for getting it done this way. Um, with that being said, Rachel, moving forward, we'll be back episodically,
We will be.
individually covering episodes 6, 7, and 8.
Mm-hmm.
I believe our last episode will drop, last day of this month. I think the last Monday is when the finale is. So
Mm-hmm.
please make sure you remain on this feed.
Yes.
Please do. Make sure that you like, subscribe, share. After we finish Paradise, sometime in April, we will do a what we've been watching, kind of recap
For
on some of
sure.
the shows. Maybe have a
Y'all
more
gonna hear
in-depth
some of the same
conversation
shit
as some of the
again.
stuff that Rachel said. You said
Yeah.
what?
I said y'all gonna hear some of the same shit again about these shows.
Yeah, yeah, but more in depth, and then we'll
Mhm.
see what's what. Maybe y'all can give some suggestions about something that we can go out and cover that's going on in real time. I'm not sure what's coming up in the on the docket, but we'll figure it out. But we
Yeah.
appreciate y'all.
Yeah.
Thank you for we'll be much more now that we're down to episodics or single episodes. We'll be much more prepared with names. Like I said, we were just flying off the hip today. No information, no background. We're just kind of going off memory. So if we get characters' names wrong or real actors' names wrong, we'll have that cleaned up in our normal fashion next week.
For
But it was
sure.
just a lot to kind of crime in notes for 5 episodes. We just wanted to
For
have that
sure.
conversation. So, with that being said, Rachel, I'm out of here.
Peace. Thank you all for listening and watching. Stay subscribed. Follow us at We Got Y'all Pod. I think that's the handle. It'll be tagged below. We got y'all. Peace.
Peace. Oh man.